What up? What up? What up? YouTube, it's your boy T Keys, and welcome to the episode of No Boss, Just Things, not those types of boss, no things you purpose to get y'all minds out the gutter. As y'all see, I'm still out, and I'm in Epic, man. I'm at Universal Studios, get ready for Daytona. You see the background, but yeah, Daytona this weekend. That's where Justin's out running the streets. He's trying to get things situated to get ready for Daytona this weekend. You know, he rented a nice little mansion, get ready for little big ass Airbnb. So make sure y'all type. So I'm laughing at the homie Dennis, man. Always those type of balls. Yo, so that's the number one pervert right there. Also the biggest Raiders fan you're gonna find. So salute to the homie. just to work in the corner, man. He try to get some extra snake money this weekend. What a dude, Tommy. Thanks for tapping in, broski. Appreciate. Oh, I'm right in your neck of the woods, Tommy. Right, I'm in Orlando right now, man. You see, how to trade a dragon in the background right there. So, I'm about to pull up. I'm about to pull up to your crib, bro. See some geckos. Now, thank y'all for tapping in. Hopefully, I'll see a lot of people this weekend in Daytona. It's going to be epic, as no pun intended. The background, but it's gonna be epic. So yeah, it's gonna be dope. We got a newbie in the building or as a guest today. But before we bring that brother on out, man, I gotta drop a quick little video. It's for the homie Chris, BNS Reptilia. Yes, sir. The homie Chris is a distributor for the Chipper and Coco to Go. You can also cop it online, so you don't have to go to Pennsylvania get it from him. You can just order it online. But make sure you do that and use code Whiskey Bomb 25 and save you 25%. Save that bread, save that bread, save that bread. And if you're looking for some snakes, he got it all. He got colubrids, he got boas, he got ball pythons. And if you local, man, he got some rodents too. So that man's a one-stop shop for real. Save you some money. And you can holler at all the sponsors down there. Save some money. When you want to cop a snake from one of my sponsors, bro. And check out their morph market and ask them what they got in the background, because everybody posts what they really got, what they really want to not get rid of. I want to say what they would not really want to get of. Those holdbacks, everything has a price. Everything has a price. It's just, are you up to paying that price? And if you are, just holler some of these people, man, get some dope animals, some dope deals for real. So without further ado, we gonna bring out the homie Zach with Alareptiles, and could we please give him a nice round of applause? Yes, sir.
Hello.
What's going on? Thank you for joining us and tapping in. We appreciate it. I don't even have to blow you up. I mean, we can do it just like this. So if you don't mind introducing yourself and telling a little bit about what you do with these animals.
My name is Zach. I run Alareptiles here out of Arizona. Right now, we're breeding water monitors, token geckos, some rhino iguanas, corn snakes. I've worked at zoos, loved reptiles my whole entire life, and yeah, excited to be here. This is my first podcast.
That's what I'm talking about, breaking cherries today.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm glad. Cool. Don't get too excited, because you're gonna get this man excited. So you're welcome to all balls and things. So this is No Balls Just Things. So Wednesdays we do balls and things. Wednesdays we primarily focus on ball pythons. But on Mondays, man, we look at everything. So, and you having to breed a whole lot of stuff, got a whole bunch of animals, which is cool. Fred was goody. Thanks for tapping in, bro. So you said you worked at zoos, man. See, that's like a dream job right there. How'd you get a job at a zoo?
It was a dream job. I mean, from a child, that's what I wanted to do. That was the goal. And lucky enough, I actually had this huge giant reticulated python, and wound up having to rehome the snake, which is a good thing because it wound up leading me into the job at the zoo. So I donated the snake to the zoo, became friends with the owner, and shortly, I want to say like 3-4 months later, he offered me a position at the zoo as the reptile manager.
That's super wow. That's super
Yeah.
wow.
Reptiles have always just been, you know, a passion of mine that's always led me down the path that I'm living now in life. So getting to work at the zoo was incredible
That's
experience.
amazing. That's amazing. Mm.
So
how long did you work there for?
I worked there for 7 years,
Nice.
and I actually left to do all the reptiles. So
Oh,
it all kind of, yeah, it transitioned into one step into another. But it's a privately owned zoo here in northern Arizona. It's called Out of Africa Wildlife Park, and they're a very hands-on zoo. So they play with the tigers, going with the lions. Yeah, free handling the king cobras. That was that. Yeah, I only did it once. But we got a pair of wild caught Malaysian king cobras. And I was like, man, I got to get at least one picture with this thing hooded up. And I got that picture. It actually made it into the front page of the local newspaper.
That's crazy. You're a crazy man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Well, I couldn't do that. I can't say I don't know if I could. I know I couldn't do that. Oh no. You're a brave man.
You got to be careful for sure. It's definitely not for everybody. But the king cobras, actually, we bred those king cobras, and the pair that Kevin McCurley at New England Reptiles has, who he just bred those, he got those babies from us when we bred them. So
my very first clutch came from a snake from Kevin McCurley. Very first clutch.
Right on.
Yeah.
Kevin, I've gotten a few snakes from Kevin. I remember being, younger when it was just Reptile Magazine and seeing the big, advertisements of Kevin and prehistoric pets and zoological imports. And it was, he's been around for a long time. He has a really incredible story on starting, and he was like supposed to be a computer tech guy and breeding snakes out of his apartment. They thought he was selling drugs, like, because so many people would go to his house. Like, it's pretty wild. But that's I've never talked to him personally, but Rob, who doesn't work there anymore, Rob is who we talked to a lot when we were selling them the king cobras, and he was super helpful with stuff.
Well, Jeremy Turgeon's a good friend of mine, so he worked there for years.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I never talked to Jeremy, but Rob was the only one that would talk to us. I got a free T-shirt. They sent us free T-shirts when we sent them the king cobras, so that was. I still have that shirt because it's been, I want to say, like 5 years ago now. I always hold on to that shirt for those memories with the Kings. So the whole thing was a wild experience.
Would you say that was your wildest experience there, working there? Just dealing with the Kings?
The king cobras are definitely my reptile all-time highlight. Like getting them, we got them in, I forget the company. Well, there was a company, I forget what they were called. They were based out of Florida. They got in a huge order. What's up?
Oh, saying hi to Dan. You got. He was out in Florida. Yeah, live in Florida, and he's a big cat guy. He breeds snakes, but he also raised big cats. Also.
Okay.
So speaking of lions and tigers,
they probably all know each other because that community of big cat keepers, everybody knows everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if they know Dean and Prairie Harrison, who own Out of Africa, and maybe even done business with each other. But big cat people, they're wild because those cats are big. 500-700 pound
And
cats.
that's amazing. Like I love big cats with a passion. Like so, yeah. But I never owned any. Only owned big domestic cats.
Dude, they would let us in. Like there was the keepers that took care of the adult, but they would let us in with the younger juvenile cats, which was fun. I remember I got bit in the shoulder by like a little juvenile. Well, not little. He's probably like 120-pound lion. I felt pretty badass to go around because I had a big bruise on my shoulder. I was like, I got bit by a lion
Bit
today.
by a lion. Like, can you imagine just being able to say, yeah, oh, I get bit by a lion and walked away.
My kids were telling people, right? My kids would tell people at school, and they're like, "What happened to your dad?" And I was like, "It was like a baby lion, but still, it was still a lion that bit me in the shoulder."
You still got bit. You still got bit.
Not everybody can say that. So
no.
But no, the king story, dude. You get a wild caught in. They only eat, snakes. You got to acclimate them into captivity, and then we had to get anti-venom. Which here in Arizona, we have the Phoenix Herpetological Society, which has the biggest venomous snake collection and anti-venom collection. I think on like the West Coast or in the United States, it's pretty big. So we had to get with them. We had to get with the local hospital and the fire department and the air vac helicopter crew in case anybody got bit at the park. I mean, it was a big. I mean, the whole town was kind of involved with the king cobras in case something catastrophic ever happened. And then we wound up breeding them, which that is very difficult to do. The eggs got mold on them. We had to do this like glue. It's Elmer's glue, non-toxic Elmer's glue, and athlete's foot powder. You mix it up together, and then you can put it over the mold parts of the eggs. And sure enough, we got some babies to hatch. Then you have to force feed those babies because they're a pain in the ass to get to eat. And then we were like, who's going to take these baby snakes? Because we can't keep all of them.
Do you have to worry about king cobras eating each other since they eat other snakes, or they wouldn't eat another big snake? They only eat like smaller snakes.
Well, we only housed the pair together during breeding, and the babies we separated, all of them. So they can, I'm sure, be cannibalistic, and a lot of times, like the males will kill the females if they're not like willing to mate with them.
Oh,
so that was a worrisome process. I'm trying to remember Cape Fear. God, what was his name? He owned the reptile zoo back east. It was Cape Fear Serpentarium. Dean Ripa. That guy, his staff was super helpful in keeping and helping us learn how to take care of the king cobras. Another huge person that helped us with the king cobras is Andy Maddox out there in Texas. That dude is a king cobra encyclopedia. The dude knows so much, and he really helped us. But yeah, the king cobra. If you ever can own a king cobra, I mean, they are animals on another level, or to ever be able to work with them, they are like nothing you've ever experienced.
I could get one easily. I live like 30 minutes away from Pennsylvania, and everything's legal to own in Pennsylvania. You don't even have to be trained in it.
I know, it's crazy to think, because like some of these animals are incredible, but not just anybody should own them, so that's like the weird, oh man, tigers are cool, lions are awesome. Does everybody own them? And that's like a whole subject too to figure out. But no, for everybody who does, responsibly own them,
Billy.
I mean, they can tell you that these are amazing animals. But super cool stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I have pictures. I do somewhere. But
if you you can send me the pictures and I can pull it up.
I'm trying to.
He says hit the like button. Only busters don't hit the like button. Don't be a buster. Don't be a keeping top. Participation is key. participate. He said, "Go to Texas and get me a tiger." You go to Texas. Would you get a tiger, Dennis? Take a fishing with you?
I guess here's there's the picture that made it.
Oh no!
Made it
Hell
in there.
no!
Yeah.
Oh,
It was super cool.
no!
And there's the lions. And I felt like a little. Yeah, the lions were breeding. The king cobras were breeding. So that was a fun time. That was before technically I actually started Alareptiles.
Yeah.
It was breeding all these animals at the zoo that I was like, man, I can do this at home, and kind of sparked an interest there.
So how long you been doing it at home?
So at home, I've been doing it for breeding. I've kept reptiles from the age of 5. So I've always just been a keeper.
Cool
the first I wanted a snake. They got me a box turtle. I was 5 years old, which I still have that turtle today. I actually just posted her on my Instagram. 34 years I've had that turtle, Sammy.
Wow.
And then had her, and then it was when I was 11, I finally wanted a snake, and they're like, you got to get straight A's. And I was like, okay. I got straight A's that semester, and they bought me that snake. I still have that snake too.
Nice.
And that was a ball python. So it was and ever since then I've had all kinds of reptiles and just keeping them as pets. And it wasn't yet until the zoo, you start breeding stuff at the zoo, and I'm like, man, this is fun. Introducing animals. It's a whole other part of keeping, because you can keep reptiles and they can thrive and live 20, 30 years for you, but to get them to breed, that's like a whole other part of keeping. It's different. You got to manipulate weather, temperatures, and I found that super interesting. And then met a dude, hired a guy there that he was really into breeding, and we bred more stuff at the zoo. And he was like, man, you can just be at home and be a breeder. I was like, dude, that's cool. I can stay home, be with my wife, my kids, just taking care of reptiles all day. So I've been breeding reptiles and at home with all the reptiles for the last 6 years. Nice. So it's been fun. A lot of ups and downs. You get stuff that you want to breed. I mean, everything usually breeds. It just takes some things forever to actually start breeding for you. But as long as you're consistent in working with those animals, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody else who's done it, or has come close, and you network, and what did you do? Okay, this is what I did. And you almost kind of like put your brains together and come out with the success of that project. That's happened a few times for me. So
yeah, collaboration. That's a key.
Collaboration.
Is a key. So how is breeding rhino? You got. I don't want to say the word the rhinos.
The rhino iguanas?
Yeah. Are they
How
hard
is
to
it
breed?
breeding them?
Yeah.
No, they're super easy. Mine just live out in an outdoor enclosure, and just the weather, the seasons does the job. They breed every single year. They're probably the easiest thing to breed that I have. Yeah, you just put them together outside, and every spring around April they'll lay their eggs and pop them out. Let's see if I can got the eggs right here. Let's see if it'll flip. Yeah. There's some rhino iguana eggs right there. She laid 17 eggs.
Damn. And they get so big, rhino iguanas.
They do. The males can get pretty large. The females, they get equally as big. Not as bulky, you know, or as thick, but they're they're great lizards. You know, definitely an animal I suggest if you are wanting to get a bigger lizard. Rhino iguanas do make good pets because they're hardy and they do well outside in most different temperatures. You know, environments from humid to dry. You know, they'll do their thing pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, better now because I used to have a blue iguana and she hated me and so hated me
Oh yeah,
mean as hell and just whipped all the time.
yeah. You got to spend a lot of time socializing. I don't do any of that stuff. I never. uh, I mean, kudos to the people who do. I mean, it's super cool to have, you know, those big lizards, but I don't know what it is. I've never been real into the like socializing and like handling the animals. I've always just like taking care of them and then like watching them.
Mm,
If that makes any sense, I guess I keep reptiles more like a fish keeper.
yeah.
You know, I I've always thought about that. I think it's because the the group of people that I grew up with that were older than me in the reptile industry were like snakes don't like to be held, lizards don't want to be held. You know, this was like what they were saying. And I was like, okay, all
Hmm.
right, well,
Just gonna
and
watch them.
yeah, I'm gonna take care of them, watch them thrive, keep them for forever. Which is why I mean that's another reason why I like reptiles. They're long lived. I don't like it when
Yes,
things
yes,
die.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
so I'd
What's
rather
going
have a
white?
pet that lives 30 years old plus.
Plus,
So
especially turtles, man. Like ball pythons live 30, 25, 30 years, but turtles, they live forever. It seems like.
yeah, I have a ball python that my buddy gave me that's 32 years old right now. Like she's
Mm,
old,
yeah.
and she just laid a random clutch of eggs. She hadn't been with a male for 3 years,
Oh wow, she just
and she just
retained. Mm,
yeah, which is crazy.
crazy.
So yeah, they're cool. Reptiles are they're definitely cool.
What's your favorite animal to breed or reptile?
All of them,
All of
all
them.
of them. I mean, if I had to go and say the coolest thing I've ever kept or bred would be the king cobras, and I don't even keep them anymore. And that was
Yeah.
at the zoo. But out of everything, I don't know if any any animal has as much involved in it than those did, and I liked it because like you had to get the hospital involved, we had to get anti venom, we had to get so many things. It was a massive process to go through, and they're on a whole other level. Like the male was super cool, super chill,
Yeah.
like a friendly python. The female
What?
was the batshit crazy one. But like I've never had my knees buckle
Yeah.
before with a snake. She would make my knees like shake. Like
Oh,
that's how like
scared. Just scared. Like, oh man, shit and bricks.
yeah, 'cause we used to have these massive like backyard enclosures that I mean these were huge outdoor enclosures with grass and bushes and trees, and the owner would just let them run around out there. So when we had to catch them at night, it was like catching
No.
them out of the jungle.
Mm,
So, and I had never worked with anything venomous other than rattlesnakes.
mhm.
And rattlesnakes and elapids are not even on the same playing field.
Yeah.
Like, so it was me and like three other keepers had zero experience,
Oh my
and
god. Oh my
just taking
fire.
care of, yeah, uh, taking care of the male was 13 feet and the female
Oh
was
Thomas
12. And we
Duval.
were just learning from videos and calling people who worked with them and being like, what do you do in this situation? How do you approach them? And it was, uh, it was probably the most fun I've ever had. But other than that, I mean, everything's fun to work with. The water monitors are super fun. Those are challenging.
They get big
Uh,
too, man. Oh, and smart. Yeah.
Very smart, and I don't think a lot of people do realize how big they get. Like, you're like, oh, 6, 7 feet. That's like normal size and not very big when it comes to a snake. But when you have a 6 foot water monitor male, just the girth and the strength of that, I mean, that's the size of like a female alligator.
Yeah.
Like, they're big lizards. But again, it's super cool. But I'm actually trying to do more of the smaller stuff now, smaller snakes and smaller lizards, and getting out of that those bigger animals.
Do you keep
As
those
far as
outside
like,
as well? The water monitor?
no, not here in Arizona. They're in big indoor
Okay.
enclosures. Yeah, it's not humid enough, and the weather's not consistent enough. Because in order to breed water monitors, you've got to have it like the same temperature day and night, which is pretty much 85 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they won't breed if you're up and down 10 degrees. It's got to be just that one temperature to get them to breed, and a lot of food.
And a lot of food. They eat a lot, and they
They do.
eat. They be thrashing their food too. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I just sold a friend of mine has him, but a huge 7 foot sulfur water monitor that I had for years, and he was massive, huge. But technically, that's like an average size for a male water monitor, especially for like the Javan localities. So
7 feet. Mm.
yeah, that's easily obtainable with a male
So
from
yeah,
Java.
that's cool. That's so cool. I want me. Well, I always wanted a tegu, but that was one of the reasons I moved to Florida. But then after I moved to Florida, that's when they you had to be grandfathered in. Same year I moved down there,
Yeah,
they banned them.
yeah, that stinks. What was his name? I forget. Well, a lot of them, a lot of tegu breeders had to leave and did leave Florida because of that, so they could continue to breed their animals.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? What do you all have?
Uh,
This is our
ball
first
python,
time meeting.
ball pythons,
Yeah.
leopard geckos, and tarantulas, and I got a pet boa, Dumeril's boa.
Right on. What kind of tarantula?
Oh, Grandma Stola Polka, Cobalt Blue, um, sheesh, and a bird eater, and Brazilian something. It's like
The, the bird eaters are super cool. I've always wanted one. For 1 minute there, I thought I was going to be a tarantula breeder. I was going to get.
yeah.
I got all kinds of. I got. I've never even seen them in a long time, but like Singapore blues, those are super cool tarantulas. And what is it? Pocola thera officiata, the
Uh,
Sri Lankan ornamentals.
don't get me with the man the technical terms, the Latin. I can't do it.
No, neither can I. I know Pocola thera officiata. That's the Sri Lankan ornamental tarantula scientific name. Now they're like illegal to. They're like banned from going across state lines now and stuff like that.
Mm.
But those are the ornamental tarantulas. Those are pretty awesome tarantulas. I bred those and then didn't realize the crack that I had in the tank, like where the door gap was, and I had a bunch of them out in the snake room.
Mm.
And it took me weeks to catch all of these little baby tree tarantulas throughout the whole entire room.
I lost my Mexican Black King. It got out and I never could find it. Yeah.
Dude, it happens. That's honestly one reason why I'm now that I've kept reptiles for so long. I'm kind of more like, okay, what am I going to keep? Because no matter how long you've been doing this, eventually something's going to get out. Like you're going to forget to close the door or put the lock on. So it's like whatever you own, are you okay with it getting out?
See, that's why I can't
Like
do
even
venomous.
right, and that is, and I learned that the hard way with you get all excited with all these exotic venomous snakes, but it's like eventually you're going to wind up possibly getting bit, or it's going to get out, even if you've kept them for 20 years. It just takes that one time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I want centipedes, but I'm like, man, if that thing got out, you
Ooh.
know,
I had
where the hell am I going to
scorpions.
find them in my
I had
house?
scorpions too. Scorpions and I did Pac-Man frogs for a while. I love
I'm going to
Pac-Man
buy my
frogs.
daughter a Pac-Man frog.
Oh, they're so cool.
They are super cool. They're fun little. I used to have one as a kid, and then I was like, I'm gonna get Caitlin a Pac-Man frog. They're like pretty hardy and easy to take care of, so I was like, this
Yeah,
is perfect frog for her.
yeah. And they just
And
bury
they're
themselves
spicy.
in the dirt, so they just
Yeah,
hang out. But I had a bunch of animals,
so,
skinks, of course, bearded dragons, iguanas. I just love reptiles in general.
right on. Yeah, they're lots of fun, and you can learn a lot from them. I always say that reptiles is one of the best hobbies because not only do you learn to take care of something that doesn't necessarily show affection back to you. It's not like a dog or a cat. Like you're loving it because you love the animal, but then you also learn, weather and environments and how to replicate that stuff, and you learn how to use tools and build things. I mean, if you think about it,
Oh
the
yeah,
whole this reptile
yeah.
hobby is deep. It's deep with
You
what it'll
become
teach
very
you. Where it'll take you.
handy. You become very handy. Oh man.
Yeah,
And like one of my favorite things, because of the animals, was breeding rodents. Like I love breeding
yeah,
rats. I love breeding rats.
dude, I did that for years, and golly, I got out of it, but because that's a lot of work
That's a lot
too.
of work. That's where all the work is, man. That's all the
Yeah.
work. That's all the work.
Well, there's a lady down the street, well, in the next town down from me that breeds rats. So I was like, oh, I can go to Jackie and get rats or breed them and have to clean all these. And then again, rats were getting out,
Oh yeah,
and that was
rats will get out. Oh man.
we found one in my kids' room. It was missing a tail and had one gray eye.
What?
And was like, yeah, it was in the closet. I knew it was out, and I looked. It was missing a tail, had a white eye, and was standing up like this on its back feet, like hissing at us. And I was like, holy shit, what is this thing? It was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, this rat is pissed. This rat is like, I've seen what you do to me and my friends.
That's
That was a
funny.
scary ass rat. Yeah, horrible rat. But
I
I
didn't
gave
I
them all to
didn't
Jackie.
I didn't do mice though. I just did rats and ASFs. I couldn't.
ASFs they're hard to breed.
Once you get it down, then it's easy. But you gotta get it down.
Yeah,
Get it down because
yeah, it's not.
they're cannibalistic.
Yeah,
They bite. So you gotta breed all that out of them.
I could not get. I tried them and they just kept eating each other.
Yeah.
Like I was like, screw these things, and I
Yeah.
just stuck with rats. So, but yeah, right on. Those are good. Those are good mice.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get all the picky snakes to eat. Anything that's not usually eating for you will definitely take an
Yep.
African soft fur for you.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep. That's for the pickies because I didn't want to do mice. So those things stink. And ASFs don't stink too. So which is like a plus. They go to the bathroom in one spot, and then you don't even gotta clean them. Clean they enclosure about every 2 weeks.
right on.
Yes, I am. And freaking Norwegians, man, every couple of days you gotta you gotta stay on top of that.
Oh yeah, on the rats, definitely. That's what sucked is trying to clean all of them. But it was nice to have like an endless supply of rats.
to feed when
So
you want to. But now,
yeah,
so now you got, so you got to purchase all the food, or you grow for all your animals.
I just
So,
go to the my friend who breeds them, Jackie, down. She does all the rats and stuff, and she gives me a really good deal. And then all for like my rabbits because I have one big retic. I order those rabbits from Rodent Pro.
okay.
So I just order like a half a year's worth of rabbits, which is really only 6 rabbits because I only feed her once a month, but I feed her like the biggest rabbits they have, which are like
Mm.
10, 11 pound rabbits.
How big is your
So
retake?
I just measured her a couple weeks ago, and she's finally just at that 17-foot mark. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
she's 11 years old.
What up, bro? Thanks for
So
tapping in, Mike.
I've had her since she was 10 days old, and I bought her from Bob Clark on Bob Clark's page. So he sent her to me at 10 days old, and yeah, I've had her for the last 11 years.
Mm.
And it seemed like she was 16 feet for a long time, and then just all of like within this last year or so, she's grown that other foot. So, which is a big ass snake. Um, she just scared the crap out of me yesterday because I went into her room and I guess she thought I was going to feed her, and she came flying at me, mouth open,
Mm.
wanting to eat. Which I was like, "Holy shit!" Like,
Just 17 feet. So like,
yeah,
so
just
does your wife? How did your wife? Does she help you handle? Because 17 feet, you need that's a two-man job.
it is a 2-man job. Either her or my kids will help me move her out.
Oh
But the
yeah.
way yeah, she's super sweet. Like the striking out, she's only done that twice to me. And oddly enough, I was feeding the other snakes that day and had pulled her rabbit. I washed my hands and stuff like that before I went into her room because she has like a whole bedroom that's like on the side of the house
Mhm.
because like some retics, a lot of like berms, but some retics will just like sit there and they don't move. And then there's like another kind of retic that will push and push on every corner. Like they will not stay in a small environment. And some people have them where they're like their noses are like completely smashed in, and uh, it's pretty crazy. Well, she's one of the retics that she is not staying in. I mean, I had her in a 10-foot by 4-foot uh, enclosure that I built, and that was too small for her. She was just
Mm.
smashing her face. I was like, dude, what am I gonna do? Like, I've had this snake forever. She's reaching a size. Like, she is. I mean, she's like a corn snake or a king snake as far as like active.
Oh.
She just is always moving and moving and moving. So we had like a spare room off to the side of the snake room, and that room is 16 by 10, and that is big enough
That's her.
for her.
That's her room. Hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of times, if I want her out, I just open the door and she slithers out into the yard, and then I kind of coax her back in. But if I have to get her, either my wife helps or my son, who's 13, he starts
Okay.
picks up the other end of her, and we move her. She's not like super fat. She's actually like she's probably I always say like what a normal retic should look like. I mean, she's not
Hmm.
like what you would see out in the wild where they're like
Yeah.
pretty thin. She's in between of like I guess a healthy captive bred weight because they can get overweight pretty easily. Like I said, I only feed her 10 pounds once a month, and that
Okay.
seems to do pretty good because it takes about 3 weeks for all that to come out the other end.
Hmm.
Um, and then usually when
A
that
lot,
happens,
huh?
I'm like, all right, well, oh, it's a ton. It's like a
Mhm.
horse. Like it's like what a horse does. But like I just cleaned her room yesterday, and then she took a big fat crap right after I cleaned it. I was
Oh,
like,
of
oh, great.
course. Of course. Of course.
That's there was it's kind of funny. I mean, gross to anybody who's listening, but she had gone to the bathroom. I mean, this thing was as long as my arm. It was like one massive. I took a picture of it. I sent it to all my friends in a group text. I was like,
yeah.
like look at this. Look at this massive turd. And then we started like cropping it as like unibrows on each other's foreheads or like a mustache and send those pictures to people. It got out of control. It was funny though. Because it was just a straight line turd.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So but it's funny.
What all do you have in the incubator right now besides the rhino iguana eggs?
So it's just the rhino eggs and then that those ball python eggs from the female. She laid 7 and unfortunately all of them have been like dead in the egg. And I got one more egg. I can see the baby moving. And I'm like, all right, like, fingers crossed that this one egg hatches.
And you said she last was paired 3 years ago. So do you remember what the sire could be?
It was just another normal. Another normal ball python. I have ball pythons like that people just gave me that they didn't want anymore. And I guess, I mean, I have a soft spot for normal ball pythons because it was like my first snake and stuff like that. So I have 4 normals that are just pets. And then I was like, oh, I'll breed them a couple years ago, hatched out the babies. And then, haven't done it since. And then she just out of nowhere popped out 7. They were all fertile, but slowly now we're only down to 1 egg. I don't know why. I mean, the babies were fully developed. I just cut those eggs open a couple days ago because they started molding and denting. I was like, they smelled a little weird. So you're like, there's something not right. And sure enough, cut the egg open, look, and there's a dead little baby ball python. And then my daughter wanted to bury them in the yard, so we dug a little hole and buried them and put a little cross and rocks around it. So hopefully this next one breeds or hatches.
Yeah.
So. But hopefully here soon we'll get the water monitors to breed, because the pair that I have now, they're double het for exanthic sulfur, which will be super cool. This has been a really long journey from I started breeding sulfur water monitors, then I bred exanthic water monitors, and I actually wrote a whole article for Reptile magazine a few months ago on the whole exanthic water monitor project, which is pretty cool. It's the article, I forget which month it is, but it's the article that has the sailfin dragon on it.
Oh, those are cool.
And the sailfins are super cool. But unfortunately, the issue, the month that I got into the magazine was the same month that he stopped doing magazines, and it was all digital. I was like, oh man. I was like, I wanted that magazine.
Had the physical copy.
The physical, and it went digital, which sucks. I guess everybody's on there, but I mean, growing up, like I said, I mean, I subscribed to Reptile magazine. I mean, that was the go-to magazine. Like everybody was in it. They had the new month's, animal to learn about and how to take care of it, and it was pretty cool. And I've been in the magazine a couple times, but never as like a main author.
Yeah. So
this was the first time that I was a main author in the magazine. Then he went digital. I was like, son of a gun.
Right.
Still cool because you go there's cool. Like an all
like it's still there. You still made it.
Yeah, but it ain't cool like when you walk into a Petco or PetSmart and the magazine's there and you open it.
Right, just like, look, that's me right there. Not like
that's me.
Yeah, but you still got the newspaper with you holding a freaking king cobra by the tail was freaking nuts. Yeah. Nuts.
Yeah. I was like, I bought like 5 of them to keep them and send them to family and stuff. And yeah, the lady that was working that counter, she didn't care. She's like, "Cool, that's you." I was like, "Yeah, that's me." Well, okay. She's like, "Next." I was like, "All right,
Like, damn, shoot me down. Oh man,
all right." I mean, yeah, that's true. It was cool because yeah, you look in the little newspaper thing, and there I was.
that's man,
But
that's so dope. So dope.
yeah, it's cool. Little things like that are always super fun. So this is super cool. I mean, I've always wondered if I'd ever be on a podcast, and then sure enough, you write me. I'm like, oh shit, that could be
Yes,
cool.
ER cool. And it's you get to watch it over. Like
Yeah.
it's always
Which
gonna
I
be
was gonna ask you.
well for the most part it's always there because like I can't say it'll never like as long as nothing happens to the channel, it's always gonna be there.
Yeah, keep making content.
Hmm.
So, how did you decide to find me out?
Just on Instagram, just on Instagram, and I came across your page.
Right
And
on.
yeah, and
I
it
was
was
gonna say like
rhino iguanas. They intrigue me. So
they are prehistoric animals.
they look
It's
so
really
crazy. Their heads are so massive. It's just like they just look so angry. Like look so angry.
golly. I know I remember watching all the videos of Tom Crutchfield with his rhino iguana and thinking, man, these are cool lizards. Because he bred a
They
lot of
look
them.
like dinosaurs, man. They're just
They do. So have you watched that new HBO documentary, Monsters of God?
Monster of God. Yes.
I haven't. I got to get HBO here, and because I want to watch it. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh yes.
highlight reptiles good? The reptile
Yeah.
community well?
It's good. It's good.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's super cool. I know it reminds me of when Dave Kaufman made
Oh,
Herpers. Do you remember that?
I was talking
The
about when he
first
was
one
in Africa.
for the ball pythons?
Yeah. I
No,
watched that.
his that's a good one, but he made Herpers and that was on like DVD and it's actually like I still have the DVD. I bought the original copy from Dave Kaufman, not even knowing who he was. I was like 13 years old or something at a Phoenix Expo. I just
Yeah.
remember this tall dude with long hair and he's like, "Oh, do you want to buy my DVD?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I
My,
talked to
my
him a
mom
couple
paid
of
for
times.
it. He a cool dude. Well, I guess I did meet him in person, but that was like,
He's okay.
I don't even know, 15 years ago.
He's okay. But I'll leave it at that.
I know he's friends with, or he's gone to a reptile store, C&B Reptiles here in Phoenix.
Mhm.
He's gone there as like a guest person. Cliff's Reptiles, right? That dude, that guy goes there.
I know a lot of
But
breeders in Arizona, but they all breed ball pythons. But I know a lot of breeders in Arizona. Like Arizona got a lot of
you
breeders.
know, Ideal Pythons.
Yeah, yep. Terry.
He, yeah, he was in Prescott, which was the next town down from me.
Mhm.
And then I'm pretty sure last time I talked, he just lives now even closer to, within the town limits. But he breeds some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He gives me a hookup on bedding. So
Nice. Nice.
yeah.
Oh, what all geckos do you breed?
I just breed the tokay geckos.
Oh, the bitey
Those
ones.
are
Okay. They're cool. Yeah, that's what you got over here.
they're super cool. I always like the more, which is funny because anything that's like the Pac-Man frog, the tokay gecko, something that's a little, crazy. Even though when they start acting crazy, you're like, what the hell did I get myself into? But I like the patternless. and you can actually tame them down. I mean, I've seen a lot of people start handling tokay geckos, and
Oh yeah,
but yeah, they
yeah.
well,
Uh,
I
they're
like to
so
say it's like
pretty.
a lot of them are wild caught. There's not a ton of captive breeding, and I think once more people are breeding them, and more people are buying them as babies and raising them up rather than trying to, you know, socialize an adult wild caught,
Yeah.
their whole entire demeanor will change. So they're very cool. I like the patternless, the yellow spots, the candy dots. I'm not a huge fan of the albinos for that species. I don't think it looks super cool, but the patternless are cool. The powder blues are cool,
Yeah,
um,
powder blue is cool.
and they get big, and
Hmm.
they're definitely fun. I just
Yeah.
found out recently that they bond. They'll actually like pair up and stay together. I didn't know that
Oh,
this
yeah,
whole
yeah.
time.
And they like they have a like a nice family atmosphere. They all like
Yeah, they'll
super.
coexist with
Yeah,
in a group,
yeah,
but they're not breeding everybody in that group.
yeah.
So they're neat. I got a
Yeah,
few of
I like
them.
cookies. They
Really
just
exciting.
I'm just not a fan of being bitten. So
No, it hurts. I mean, I've gotten
yeah,
some gnarly bites, and sometimes they bulldog down on you. I've had
yeah, and
one.
they latch on
That,
just like
yeah,
pits. Yeah, they latch on.
I had one stuck on my finger for 20 minutes.
Yep, I've
Like,
seen
just
that.
would not let go. So,
I've seen it happen. Like, oh yeah, at least half hour. It's even just hanging on to a buddy of mine. I'm like, damn.
yeah. No, definitely start off with a captive born baby, and then you'll probably wind up getting something a lot more special and a lot more, you know, fun to be around. Um, because they're active during the day, they're active during the night. I mean, they're active at all hours of the day. I see mine basking during the day, eating during the day. I got UVB for them because they'll sit out and bask. So it's cool.
Yeah. So the kids are into the animals.
They
This is
are
well, your
into
13-year-old
them.
is
The My 13-year-old just bred corn snakes for the first time, so that was super
nice.
cool. Because he got one of the baby corn snakes that we were going to feed to the baby king cobras, but they wound up not eating the corn snakes, so we wound up selling the corn snakes, and then I brought one home for him. He's had that snake for 7 years, and then we found a female, and then he bred them his first time, and then my daughter
Nice.
has a gray banded king snake, and then she's going to get the Pac-Man frog.
Yeah.
And then we have dogs. We've had a parrot, cats. We got the
See,
tortoises.
mm,
Yeah, I guess
I love
it's
cats.
funny because
I
it's
see
like
a
they
big I
grow
love
up.
all cats.
I want a Maine Coon. I think those are super cool cats.
My son has a Maine Coon. So I have a
Oh,
Siamese cat. But yeah,
Siamese are pretty.
yeah.
What are those? The Russian short,
Russian
whatever. It's
blues.
like the Russian blues.
Yeah, I had a
Those are
Russian
super
blue.
pretty. What are the ones that have the little legs?
Toigers. I have a Toiger.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
they like they call them Toigers. They like toy tigers. I have one of those.
Okay, right on. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool cats. We have English Mastiffs. Those are
Oh yeah, see, I like big dogs too.
they,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's just spit slingers all over our ceiling, and you know, but they're cool. They're fun dogs. I know it is fun to have. I mean, I've always grown up with animals in the house, and my wife loves dogs, and she had never been around reptiles before until she met me. So, but now I mean, we'll be somewhere and somebody will ask a question and I'll hear her answer, and she'll just like have all these like the answers to everything. And she's just riddling off reptile facts. I'm like, oh, you've been listening all
She's
these
paying
years.
attention.
Like,
She pays
yeah,
attention.
you've been paying attention. So that's super cool. And then the kids the same way. And you know, I don't know. Yeah, they've always been a part of my life and always will be. I mean, I'll own some type of reptile forever. I
Mm-hmm.
really want to get into like aquatic reptiles, like more of the like the water snakes or you know things that live in the water that you got to kind of get in because that the
Get you
whole
an
fish world is
get you an anaconda.
too big. I mean, I've been looking at the those puff face water snakes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get really big because for a long time I wanted to maybe like an elephant trunk snake, but those get
Yeah.
too big and the water tank is too big. But there's quite a few like smaller like tentacle snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Those don't get really big. But stuff like that, I'm trying to stick with more of the smaller stuff. I started off with all the big reptiles,
Yeah.
you know, and you know they're I love them all, but then you're like, man, a lot of work, and sometimes you
A lot of
know
space.
they take up a lot of space. So I was like, well, I think I'm gonna get into smaller because it's easier to like if you sell a reptile to somebody, you know, it's easier. I mean, everybody may have to like rehome their pet at some point for whatever reason they have. It is
Mm-hmm.
easier to rehome a 3 foot snake than it is, you know, a 16-foot snake.
True.
So I was like, you know, nothing against anybody who is breeding those things because I'm currently breeding giant reptiles. But I was like, you know, I'll do smaller stuff. You know, it's more likely they're going to get homes. You know, because like a 17-foot retic, that is normal adult size. Like if you buy
Yeah.
a retic,
Yeah.
you're getting a 16, 17-foot snake at some point. That's the average.
Yeah.
Like what's not average is, you know, 20, 23 and beyond. But that 16 to 17-foot range, that's all day, every day, you know, for a mainland retic. Same thing with the
Yeah.
water monitor. Like you're going to get a 6 to 7 foot male water monitor. That
With
is
some
normal. That
long
is a normal
claws.
size. Dude, the male I had, I'm no joke, his claws were as long as my fingers.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
he was huge. He was
It,
I
yeah.
mean, they're
They're not
awesome.
even trying to scratch you, but you're getting scratched up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty wild stuff, but they're all cool. I mean, I don't know, there's just so many reptiles out there to keep and each one's got a different, you know, challenge and different thing. That's why I'm like, I've never done the whole water, you know, world of reptiles and the, you know, the pH level and getting the pH level ready and, you know, brackish water and, you
Oh
know, all
yeah.
that stuff. So I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah.
let's give it a go. You know, let's try it out, see where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
So, and
do
then they
with
get,
turtles. Same with turtles. What terrapins? You got wear brackish water and all that stuff.
yeah, I've always wanted a matamata. I think those are so cool. So there's actually a giant one on Morph Market right now for sale, like a full on adult, huge animal.
Mm.
But I probably start off with a baby. That way I can learn on a smaller
Yeah.
scale,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, the water quality stuff, and then build up from that. So
Do you go to many shows in Arizona?
I do not, just because I go there and I just get mad because I'm like I want to buy stuff, and then I'm like I'm not gonna buy it, and then I don't know. I try to. I don't know. I mean, they're fun to go to for sure, and I probably start going to more. But it is. I just don't go a lot of the times just because I have a hard time like I want it, but I'm like, oh, I'm not ready, or I don't have the room, or I don't have the enclosure, and then I just like get frustrated. I'm like, why can't I have it right now? So I don't go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here. Do you want to plug your morph market?
Yeah,
Any of
you go
the
to social media stuff. So
yeah,
I'm TikTok, but I prefer Instagram. I'm more easily to get a hold of. So it's Alareptiles, ALA Reptiles, on Instagram, Morph Market. Check us out. Always got good deals. Always open to any offers. 5-star rating. I take customer service super seriously. And yeah, U.S. captive bred. If I don't have it or you have a question, I know somebody who has the answer if I don't have it. So yeah, check us out, Alareptiles. And as always, keep it 100 and keep
yeah.
leveling up
Level it
out
up. That's what
there.
I'm talking about. I love that. I
Level
love that. I
up.
love that. Yes. See you at
So
Daytona, brother. Oh man.
yes, thank
Yeah.
you for having me, man. It was a lot of
My
fun.
my pleasure. Come back sometime. Come back sometime.
Yeah,
Hang out.
anytime. This was fun.
All right. Good. And it was your
Yeah.
first time, so it was cool, right? It was cool. No nervous.
It
No,
was
it
cool.
was, yeah.
I was a little nervous. I was like, what are we going to talk about? But I mean, we blew through an hour quick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's definitely cool. I'll definitely, yeah. And if you need anybody, I mean, Reptile Empress, there's a few people. I don't know if you know them. Get you some more people to work
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds real good.
oh, man.
I appreciate it. Now I appreciate y'all
Yeah,
tapping in.
thank you.
So y'all know, dude, man, get those smiles out, get those flowers out. Tomorrow's not promised. 5 minutes from now, it's not promised. Call your mother and get the off my phone. We out.